Hey everybody, this is Dave Nassi with NextLevelGuitar.com, and today what we're going to talk about doing is string skipping some triads. We're going to focus on major triads, and we're going to do this in the style of one of my favorite guitar players, Paul Gilbert. If you click on that link below that you see in the YouTube text box, and you would like a free video lesson that is not available on YouTube, and as well you get a free ebook that has over 21 diagram scale shapes, go ahead and click on that link below that you see in the YouTube text box, Gilbert. So what we're going to start with is we're going to outline our D major chord. That's going to be root 3rd and 5th, D, F sharp, and A. And we're going to start on our 4th string, 12th fret with our middle finger. So again, to outline this triad, it's really simple because this is a pretty consistent shape that you see all over the guitar. My middle finger plays the D, my index finger plays F sharp, and my pinky gets A, right? So just this initial shape. Outlines my D major triad. So let's make this more interesting, right? What you can do is you can skip your B string altogether and then continue to play some of the notes on the triad, and you get a really cool arpeggiated sounded string skipping lick. Alright, so what I'm doing there, and the additional notes that I'm adding, are up on the 10th fret with my first finger. That's a D note. And then I'm going to be pulling off with my pinky here on the high E string from F sharp back to D. So descending, the motion is this. Skipping that B string, pulling off from A to F sharp, and then going right down to my D. So the lick, again, played slowly, is this. Alright, so taking that D arpeggiated string skipping motion, let's talk about what we're doing with our right hand, okay? So I'm starting with a downstroke, of course, with my D note. Then I'm actually going to go with a downstroke to my F sharp, hammering up to A. Now what's interesting about this, when I skip that B string and I go to the E, I'm executing that with an upstroke. So we have this. Now, when you can find a couple of different ways within that to be comfortable, right? You can also do an upstroke on your F sharp, so you're staying true to your alternate picking. But I find it's really easy to play this lick if you go to that D with an upstroke, downstroke, and we pull off, and then continue on the lick. So again, the picking really quick, down, up, down, up, down. Alright, so what is really cool about this, right, is making sure that we play some chords with this simple shape, right? By itself in one position, you can get a lot of great things out of it, but when you move it around and you spell out a chord progression, it sounds even cooler. So we're going to go from our D to an A, right? So if I outline my A, easy enough, I don't have to change positions, I don't have to do anything, I can keep the exact same shape, but just move every finger one string up on the guitar or closer to yourself and start on the 5th string. So again, your basic triad shape, now playing an A of A, C sharp, and E is this. Right? And then now we're going to skip our G string and we're going to pull off on the same frets from 10 to 14, or I'm sorry, from 14 to 10 is where we're going to do our pull off. And then go back to our root position there. So that gives us this lick. Same as before, but outlining a different chord altogether. When you put the two in succession with each other, it sounds really cool. It sounds just like this. I like to use these kind of ideas as simple warm-ups too. You got to think about what's going on here. We got some wide stretching, we're skipping strings. It's important to be conscious of the muting that happens with your right hand, since we are using a distorted tone when we play through these examples, and it just gives you a really excellent way to to put all these important elements of muting your strings, controlling distorted tones, stretching your hands, and proper technique and positioning, puts it all into one nice exercise, okay? So again, from here we have our D chord, then we have our A chord. What if we go to C major and do the same thing? That means I'm going to put my root note, or my middle finger, on the 4th string, 10th fret to get my C. Same shape. This is going to put me on different frets, of course. I have my 10th fret, then I'm going to go to my 9th fret for my E, 12th fret for my G, and then of course C to E on my high E string, skipping that B string again. And then we'll move it to the lowest string just as we did before, and now we're going to grab the notes of our G major chord. A really cool chord progression that we're spelling out here. Basically, we're going. And all we're doing is a nice string skipping lick that'll increase the dexterity in your hand and visualization on the fretboard for where some of these arpeggios sit. So when you put it all together and you play it up to speed, it sounds just like this. Alright, thanks everybody. This is Dave Nassy with NextLevelGuitar.com. Please stay tuned for all of my future lesson segments that are going to incorporate your alternate picking, some various rock styles. Make sure we mix it up here with some nice dynamics and some good arena rock techniques. And please feel free to go to the website, NextLevelGuitar.com, when you get a chance, and check out all the material that is functional on that site. We have over 850 guitar lessons that cover all various styles and techniques, and it's a great way to learn and teach yourself guitar at home.